Good morning, Garden Universe. Jane here. I'm out in the garden on May 5th, early in the morning. The birds are up, the sun is coming up. Weather forecast for us here is sunny and dry and progressively getting hotter by the end of the week. Towards next weekend, they're expecting 80s, low 80s to mid 80s. That is extraordinarily hot for our region in May. So actually anytime, but May especially. April was our wettest April in memory, and now we're having the driest beginning of May. So here I am off the backyard. The rhododendrons are in peak bloom. Way over here is a transparent apple tree that's loaded with blossoms. It's a dwarf little tree, about 5 years old now, and makes really good sauce. So yeah, here's the red rhododendron is Jean Marie de Montague. This little pink one I have long since forgotten the name. Same with this one. The tulips are done now, but oh, the rhododendron season is extraordinarily beautiful this year. The tiki garden is waking up. It's beautiful. The ferns, the bleeding heart, it's a wild bleeding heart, maidenhair ferns, Solomon seal, just very lush. All the rain in April and now all the sunshine this first week in May is really good for the garden. Out in the nursery area, everything is still covered up at night. Our nighttime low last night was 43 degrees. So back there, that's the blossom pumpkin tunnel. This is just a makeshift, temporary, cold frame / mini greenhouse, and it's where I keep seedlings for hardening off before planting them out in the garden. Let's see what we've got in here. Oh, I've got some herbs in here: Walla Walla onions, some sweet corn, struggling cucumber. Let's see. Top tier. I've got leeks, cylindrical beet seedlings to go out, collard seedlings, heavy beets, more Walla Walla onions, more leeks. So this is the last of it. The last of it for planting out this spring anyway. So this is my messy part of the nursery. Right in front of the door of the greenhouse. This is just a staging area where I set up my compost tea waters for hand watering things. These are my backup Cinderella mammoth giants. I don't think I'm going to need them, so I'm going to find a place to stick them out in the garden for some sunny sunflowers. And I'm still heating the hoop house at night. So way in the back is the fish and waterfall. I've got tomatoes in here and peppers. All of my orchids and tropicals that were in the house are out here now to toughen up before they go outside. So yeah, I'm still heating it. Nighttime in here is about 60. Daytimes gets up to 90, and that's when I turn on the fans and open up all the openings. Out in the potager garden, there's lots happening. Perennials are starting to bloom. This is a columbine, yellow alyssum, blueberries that were damaged by the winter, and there's a blueberry here, and one back here, and they have very few blooms. I'm surprised they're even alive. In my compost in place bin, I have, let's see, spring bunching onions. That's lanceolato kale, and purple broccoli, the Van Gogh sunflowers, little butternut lettuce, and heavy cucumbers. And this is my mystery pea that came in the bag of Van Gogh sunflower seeds, and it's going up. I'm training it. I use painter's tape to tie things together. And I use lots and lots of tulle this year. It's very, very fine mesh netting to protect from codling moth and birds. Over here in this compost in place bin, I have more kale here and here. Then buttercup kabocha squash. I've got a couple, one here, one back here. More kale and a curly kale. The blueberry bed next to it has oregano and thyme. 3 blueberry bushes in here. There's a few more buds on these blueberry bushes because, well, not very many, and they look sickly. They get more sun, but they were very badly cold damaged. Underneath the protection are burpee hybrid cucumbers. They're not growing yet because I don't even cover them with fleece netting. I'm just protecting them from the birds right now. Have lots of perennials coming around the blueberries. This is Lady's Mantle, Alchemilla, more self-seeded columbine. Then Jacob's Ladder, a couple varieties in here. Buttercup is a weed and it's one of my worst. It just comes up everywhere. It's a perennial weed, but anyway. Chives, I've been harvesting chives. The potatoes look great. So far, so good. Magic Molly, Yukon Gold. These are some of my own little reds. And wind chimes. I have wind chimes everywhere. I love them. Well, because you know, there's so many chickens that are noisy, and I'm got the road up above, and so the traffic is noisy. So I like the wind chimes. It's kind of a distraction. So let's see what's out here. This is my rainwater collection area. I'm also using, this is the chicken juice, the chicken manure juice. I water it down at like 1 glug per bucket, and then rainwater. And pretty much I water everything by hand. This is cat mint. Today I'm going to put sunflower. These are the last of the sunflowers that need to be planted. Chocolat, and there's, let's see, these are all chocolat, and then 1 chocolate cherry. So this bed needs a lot of work. I don't have enough soil in it. I add chicken manure every year, but I need a lot more soil in here. What do we have in here? We have, this is self-sown calendula, self-sown nasturtiums. We've got some wild Mykonops Welsh poppies, Nipophia. I don't know the name of it. I have a tomatillo that I want to plant out here. Lots of daylilies. I believe this one is going to be a rose. Chicago Rose is its name. No, I like sedums. I like sedums and succulents of all kinds. I never can remember the names of them, but I like whimsy in my garden. So I potted that up years ago. Pretty much this is the only thing that really survived. A few hens and chicks. So this perennial bed is going to be magnificent this year. Delphinium, lily, daylilies, columbine, wallflowers, onions, the flowering ornamental onions. I've got 2 side by side. These are just spectacular when the delphiniums are blooming. So I don't remember what that is. Let's see, back here is where I planted out the Russian mammoth giant sunflowers. They're doing very well. So I have 2 kinds of protection on them. I have the tool for bug protection and bird protection, and the plastic fencing that I use for all kinds of things. That's for rabbit protection. And they look magnificent. I planted them a week ago, and they're already over the top of the basket. The one that I am the most excited about is the one I planted last. The trunk is so thick. I just finished up taping the Russian mammoth sunflowers to their stake. Keep them growing straight. They've grown so much, it's amazing. I believe they grow at ½ inch to 1 inch a day. Lizzie, have you been playing in the dirt? And Ginger, you've been playing in the dirt? You are filthy. What'd you find? Did you find bunnies? Did you find squirrels? Are you finding the scent of a mouse? Ginger, are you having fun outside? Yeah, I'm talking to my dogs as if I expect them to answer. The centaurea is starting to bloom already. Slugs were munching this, so I came out here early in the morning and hand-picked them and disposed of them. I'm not squeamish in that regard, but yeah, the slugs took some munchy holes. But this centaurea kind of grows like a weed. So does the campion. I love them. I've had them in the garden for many years. I plant lilies. I plant lilies everywhere. So this big one is coming up above the delphinium. These delphinium are lavenders and whites. And the second bed, these are dark blues and midnight blues and kind of purple, not quite purple. But yeah, still lots of lilies. Lots and lots. These are oriental lilies, so they're very fragrant. They'll bloom late July. Over here in this compost in place bin, I've got the peach passion sunflowers. Let's see, I've got a few here. I've got it over here. Let's see, I don't know how many I planted, but this is a purple sprouting broccoli, and I planted some seedlings of butter crunch lettuce. Let's see, what's trying to come up out of the ground right there and having a hard time is cardinal flower, and then evening sun sunflowers. Oh, yellow alyssum, it's beautiful. I love it this time of year. Columbine that's self-seeded, and Polygonum bistorta is the little pink pokers coming up right there. And then back here are the red sunflowers. In this little container, I think I'm going to put a chard. I'm going to sink it halfway into the soil and plant a chard in there. And then back here, more evening sun and red sunflowers. And lilies and delphinium. Let's see, daylilies. Anyway, I've already shown this bed. That's my Tuesday update. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please give a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe if you'd like to be reminded of when I upload something new. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoy making the videos, and it makes me happy to share them and have people enjoy them. So I'll see you again next time. Cheers, everyone.